will be the first of more than one open mic nights, ancient music open mic nights. So if you like the idea and or you like what you hear, please write to your SCS representatives and urge them to do this again. Yeah, sorry for the rush. We had half an hour to set up a transport over here and then set up this PA. Please feel free to take photos or video. Any individual artist that gets up and performs and does not want that, please tell people not to do that. Otherwise, do all the recording you want. Send me file transfers and we can build an archive of it, please. Let's see. Each participant should introduce what they're doing pretty briefly. We have about 45 minutes of continuous music, so we don't want to go over much more than an hour. So keep your remarks to a minute or two, but briefly explain what you're doing. And I think, is there anything else we need to cover?
No.
Okay, introduce Joe Goodkin.
Okay, my sound check is, can you guys hear me in the back okay? Awesome. I'll turn my voice right where it is. I am honored to kick off this inaugural Classics Open Mic. My name is Joe Goodkin. I had a nice 12-minute Uber ride over here from my house in Chicago. Shortest trip of most people. I studied classics at Wisconsin-Madison, and for the last, over 20 years, I've been touring around the country and the world performing 2 one-man epic musical performances of the Odyssey and Iliad. I call myself a modern bard. I'm going to do 2 songs from the Blues of Achilles. I have merch, as you can see, and also vinyl for sale if you're interested. And what I'm going to do is I think it's opposite of what's in the program, because this is the first song. I'm going to start with my invocation, because that makes a lot of sense. My invocation for my Iliad piece, the Blues of Achilles, is called Somebody Loved. It's about the Iliad, so it's a downer, but I think this is a very exciting way to start out, and I'm going to stop talking, and here's Somebody Loved from Blues of Achilles. I sing of endless blood-soaked earth, and bodies crumbling into dust. Men turn animal with rage, consumed by violence and lust. Stretching back as far as time, long before the reign of Rome. I sing tonight and every day for those who never made it home. All of them were bone, all of them were blood, all of them were flesh, somebody loved. Mother weeping for her son, father begging for his boy, a wife collapsing at the news, a child playing with his toys. Falling in the field, the body burned, the grief goes on. So many souls without a voice, so many ghosts that can't move on. All of them were bone, all of them Now we'll go to the end of the Iliad for my second song, which is not an upper either. And this is a song called Hands of Grief, and it's sung from the perspective of Priam as he goes and begs for Hector's body back from Achilles. So this is Hands of Grief for my second song. Well, I'm before you on my knees, kissing the hands of my grief. My son was cut down in the fighting, and your hands took him from me. He was strong as a lion, with a full head of hair. Now it's caked with dust and rotten. I still see him everywhere. If he had listened to my warnings, maybe he'd still be at my side. He knew the risks but fought for glory. When he fell, part of me died. I don't have much more to give to a world that's bled me dry. I don't have much life to live, or many tears left to cry. So think of someone who you love, might someday be like me, and grant mercy to my son's body, and put him in my hands of grief, and put him in my hands of grief.
I'm Kim, and I teach at the University of Illinois at Chicago. And this man right here, he's my guitar teacher. So he comes to my house every week. We usually do some classics gossip for about 10 minutes. And then he tells me what to play and shows me how to rock. And so I never thought in my wildest imagination that, number one, I'd bring a guitar to the SCS, and then, number two, that I would actually sing in public like this. So I hope you'll I hope you'll give me a little grace on that end. I teach mythology just about every year, because we need those enrollments. And the second half of my class is my favorite part because I've got my students reading Emily Wilson's Odyssey. Then they read Madeline Miller's Circe. Then they watch Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? And then this man comes and performs. So it's like a quadrifecta of Odyssey and reception. And my students, they absolutely love it. And Joe is always a highlight when he comes. So I'm lucky to be in Chicago, and I'm lucky to have him. So we're going to sing a song that I'm sure most of you will know. We're not the Soggy Bottom Boys. We are the Soggy Bottom Buds. So we're going to play Mana Constant Sorrow.
I'm just learning about this.
In constant sorrow all through my days, I am a man of constant sorrow. I've seen trouble on my day. the place where I was born and raised. For 6 long years I've been in trouble. No cash here on earth I found. For in this world I'm bound to ramble. I have no friends to help me down. I have no friends to help me down.
Take it away. Woo! Yeah. It's fairly well, my old lover. I'll never expect to see you again. For I'm bound to ride this long railroad. Perhaps I'll die upon the street. Perhaps you'll die upon the street. You can bury me in some deep valley for many years where I'll be laid. Then you may learn to love another. Well, I am sleeping in my grave. While I am sleeping in my grave.
Take it away, Joel. Yeah! Maybe your friends think I'm a stranger. Face will never see no more. But there is one promise that is given. I'll meet you on God's golden shore. I'll meet you on God's golden shore.
Hello, I am Bayla Kamens. I'm a PhD student at the Washington University in St. Louis, and I play the 7-string ancient lyre. And today I will be playing 2 songs for you from the Anacreontea, which are a collection of symphonic poetry from the late Hellenistic era through the Byzantine era in the style of Anacreon, so about the symposium, love and wine and that kind of thing. I'm interested in ancient music, both in ancient compositional techniques, but also in composing music for ancient poetry in order to render the meter clear and accessible and catchy to students. So actually the 2 songs I'll be playing today I think are a pretty good capture of those 2 tendencies. The first one I composed for a class with Rebecca Sears on ancient music and is trying to work within sort of ancient compositional techniques. And the second one is more so emphasizing the meter of the poem so that you can really hear what's happening there metrically. So first up is Anacreontea 6, which is about finding a little eros in your roses and dunking it in your wine and drinking it. Stephos plekon poteuron entois rodois erota kai ton teron kataskon ebatis estonoinon labon depionaton kai nuneso melon mo teroi sigar galidste. All right, this is Anacreontea 33, which I'll be singing in Greek and English, so you'll hear what it's about. It's hard for you to parse the Greek in real time.
Dios dolo clogelis nomaise. Nemus aisi meroni aisi danna patnia thumon. Alla tuidel thy potecate rota. Tasimma saudas ai oisi peloi. Eclues patros verumon lipoisa, crucio elpes, armo past auxaisa calvoid salva, oque estrupoi perigas milainas, cugna dimentes, vera poire noi veras diapesto, aita dexi contus utoma caira, veri aisai sabana tui prosopoi, ere ote diaute pe ponta coti, diaute galeri, coti moi malis capeloge destai, maino laidu I am going to Thunderstone's hard. Oh, go on wailing, I don't care. Keep croaking, we shall, however much our goal is to this game fulfill throughout the day. This contest you will never win. There's no way that you will beat us, nor indeed will you beat me. No, not ever, 'cause I'll keep croaking, even if it takes all day, until I overpower you all with my coax. Coax, 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 coax. Iacus, you win greatly, honored shrines here are dwelling. Iacus, come you now throughout this meadow dancing into our holy companions with a braided wreath a shaking round about your head with many berries of myrtle and windbreaks stamping and bold footing the distant comfort loving play. Honor tribute having graces for this distribution sacred August. Holy mystics choral dancing. Iacus blazing torches cut in his hands. He comes shaking. Iacus of the night's ritual sacred phosphorus star with the flame of meadow blazes. All the old men's knees are quaking, and away their pain is shaking. And the chronicle of ancient yesterday years under the holy honor, so with torches ablazing, forward now conduct our youth, oh blessed one, to the flowery plains, marshy meadows, choral dancing. Iacus, 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 Iacus. Demeter queen of holy rites, come and be present with us now, and please preserve your own chorus, and let us play steadfast and safe, dancing through our little day. And much I say will be silly, and still much more seriously. So much to be fitting your feast, where we all play, just jest all day, round in victorious feasts.
It's really hard to play these ancient replicas in these spaces with changing humidity and temperature. Anyway, it is what it is. Okay.
Iacus on a rumble, no melody festive. Sweetest ones having found, follow us here together to the goddess, and show us how without toil great marching to accomplish. Iacus, friend of the dance.
they go roaming off into the gloom, the blessed gloom.
Oh, roam we into fields of rose, in meadows filled with flowers, the way that we always have with beautiful choruses, the dancing which fortune and Moirai bring together. For us alone the sun does shine, for us the holy effulgence, for all us initiates who maintain in life a manner pure, both with foreigners and for our own people.
Okay, the first song we'll be performing is the Hymn of Athenaios. It's inscribed on the Athenian treasury in Delphi. You can go and see it. It's a nice piece of rock. There's little notations for those of you who aren't familiar with ancient musical fragments and how we have them. You have symbols for each of the notes of the scale that are written above the syllables that you're supposed to sing them to. So that's how you can identify a musical fragment if you're in a museum. Look for tiny markings above the main line of text. That's what I'm really excited about with this hymn. It also respects pitch accents extremely consistently and is one of the main sources for understanding the relationship of pitch accent and melody in antiquity. Got enough?
If you don't know, Ana wrote a brilliant dissertation recently at Columbia on the relationship between accent and melody. The other thing to note about this piece is that it begins, the first two sections are in an archaizing style. So even within the 2nd century BC, these are pieces that Plato and 5th century authors would already have considered an archaic inheritance associated with the Phrygian Olympus. But then in the final section, when the chorus says, "Behold, Athens is here at the site of Delphi to worship Apollo," in that section about Athens, it becomes what we refer to as the new music, the late 5th century music with lots of chromaticism and modulations. So there's a striking stylistic transition.
From a project of mine called Mythos, and Mythos asks what we can learn when we put pop music and the expectations of musical genres together with the myths and poems that we all know so well. So what if Apollo was in Blink-182? Right? What if Sappho was Taylor Swift? Right? This one is called Conrad Isn't So Bad, parentheses, Polly, famous. And this is an adaptation of Theocritus 11, which is Polyphemus the Cyclops talking to Galatea, right? This one is in the genre called anti-folk, which the mountain goats, if you might know them, right? Which appropriate for Polyphemus, right? Also, the reason I chose this genre for this song is because anti-folk is a genre in which careful composition is hidden with this veneer of amateurishness, right? And guess who else did that? Theocritus in the Idols, right? So yeah, this is Polyphemus. I don't sing and play at the same time a lot, so you know what? Let's just chalk any mistakes up to the anti-folk genre. All right, here we go. Well, I'll lay it out here simple. You're the only thing I need, but you're surrounded by the jet set. I'm surrounded by these trees. No, I can't get any comfort and I can't get any sleep, though I lie in sage and silence, counting goats as well as sheep. Oh, if you would be with me, forget your sun and sand and sea. I can give you all the simple pleasures, carpet wall to wall. If you quit your California, you'll find Conrad isn't so bad after all. Well, I see you in the sunrise and I see you in the stars. You put the gal in galaxy, I put the arse in Mars. But if it makes any difference, if it matters what I see, I will make you more like Saturn. You'll have one enormous ring. If you would be with me, forget your sun and sand and sea. I would give you all the simple pleasures, carpet wall to wall. If you quit your California, you'll find Conrad isn't so bad after all. Na 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 na, na 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 na, na 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 na, na 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 na. At night, turn off the TV, and I cry because you're gone. Because no one is still no one when he sings his lovesick song. Consider this my final letter. Maybe someday we could meet. Let me try that again. Consider this my final letter. Maybe someday we could meet. I'll wish for scales and gills and flippers instead of hair and lungs and feet. Oh, if you would be with me, forget your sun and sand and sea. I could finally take that magazine I framed down off the wall. If you quit your California, you'll find Conrad isn't so bad. I don't expect you to know that. It really isn't so bad after all. So this next one, thank you. This next one is from a work in progress that has been in progress for a very long time. This is from Augustus the Musical. This song is called Rome on My Mind, and it happens when Augustus is in Apollonia and he receives the letter about everything that has happened in Rome in 44 BC. And he has a big decision to make, right? Is he going to run away? Is he going to hide? Is he going to go to Rome? He's in Rome with his two buds, Maecenas and Agrippa, right? And this one is fully arranged, so it's tracked. So just a second while I get this going.
Wait, we may have to restart it if the level's not quite right.
Yeah, sure. That's kind of what I figured. I'll go to the loudest part, maybe.
Well, I just say just start it.
All right. Typing sideways. All right. All right. We're gonna do it, guys. Here we go. You can afford disinterest. It need not cross your mind. They didn't set a murderous vendetta against you and your kind. There's more to me than this middling man with his granite hard head held in baby soft hands. There's a job to be done, and we just might run out of time if I don't care to carry the weight of the great who are gone. Then I'll soon ride that ferry across the Styx where time ticks on and on. Maybe they'll laugh, maybe I dream, maybe those priests with their birds and their spurious words will all sneer at my scheme. Maybe they'll find I've got Rome on my mind, and no old goat with a dagger held deep in his cloak, no outmoded fire with Republican smoke can keep me from taking the yoke my good uncle left behind. I've got Rome on my mind. I can see it now. Full 20 times I'll be hoisted on shoulders. Full 20 times I'll be lavished with praise. They'll watch me make pebbles of political boulders. They'll listen and say, that guy sure turns a phrase. Full 20 times I'll be hoisted on shoulders. I know the who and we'll work on the how. Why in the world would I wait till I'm older when the chance of a lifetime is right here and now? Let's make 'em laugh. Let's make 'em stew. Let's make each grumpy old man do all that he can to keep out the new. Let's make him let's go and soar. Make this place mine and yours. And we'll crash and we'll curse and think things can't get worse, but we'll rise to surprise all those who criticize. We'll cut through the libel and lies, and things will turn out much better than fine. I've got Rome on my mind. Just take my hand and we'll do it, Agrippa. If you know my scenes, I swear we'll have fun. Brimming with talent, we're sure to deliver. The old days are finished, but we've just begun. Help me to rise, help me avenge this unfounded murder before things go further and fly off the hinge. Help me to fill the shoes left in this will. For the thrill, or the glory, or the high bacchic haze, we've got to extinguish this nostalgic blaze. As one Caesar turns to dust, another one does what he must. I've got Rome on my mind. Do you have Rome on your mind? Do you have Rome on your mind? What's on your mind? You have Rome on your mind. What's on your mind? We can afford disinterest. We've got Rome on our minds.
Hey everyone. I am Chris Wald. Actually,
Yeah.
Hi, everyone. I am Chris Waldo. I am going to play the beautiful jazz standard Black Orpheus by Luis Bonfa for you guys. It's been famously recorded by such musicians as Wayne Shorter, rest in peace, and Dexter Gordon. So,
I'm Joe.
Joe.
You want to count it off?
Yeah. 4 bars.
1, 2, 3, 4.
by date of composition or the topic of the song. And Chris had a reception to get to earlier, so instead of Orpheus going first, came second to last. The original idea of this event, there's a call for participants, and I was hoping 20 people would volunteer to sing some of these surviving ancient songs, such as the one we're about to do. So if we do it again next year, I hope you'll consider coming out to join us. We're going to play two fairly well-known ancient pieces out of the small corpus of surviving fragments. This one is by Mesenides, the court composer to the Emperor Hadrian. He's from Crete. We have a few of his songs, and this is one of the longer ones, and I think more interesting. It's a hymn to Nemesis, the goddess. What else was it? There was something. Oh, the last one we'll do is the famous epitaph song Seiler, which some of you have probably learned in class or something. So if at the last moment spontaneously you want to come up here and join us, it's only about a 20-second song. We'd love to have you.
And these songs, I mean, so especially the songs that are texts that we have either in manuscripts or inscribed, like the Athenaios Paian or this Mesenides, I believe, is in a manuscript. Recordings, believe it or not, there's lots of people who are very into this stuff and singing and recording these pieces. So you can find lots of recordings online, I guess. It's not only our group doing this and the music you heard earlier, but if you're interested in kind of learning more about Greek music, seeing that other people interpret it, other performance approaches, it's a very a vibrant and growing field.
And of the ancient pieces that survive, really there's only 6 or 8 that are long enough and intact enough to warrant performance like this. So you hear the same ones over and over again. So I refer to them as the hits of the Hellenes. You get kind of tired of hearing them over and over again at the ancient music conferences. So that's why I thought an event like this that brought in a lot of greater variety. Okay. Inscription from Western Anatolia with a very short four-line iambic song about enjoying life while you're alive. Hassan's days while you are alive, Fainu, shine forth. Hassan's days, Fainu, Meden halos huku, don't worry about anything too much. Prosodigon esti to stay. Life is for just a little while. To telos chronos apaite, time asks back its price or its end. Telos, end of life, but the price of living, of course, is death. And so it's a sort of, it's appropriate to a symposium setting. Could well have been performed there. Songs like this, of this sentiment, were often performed in symposia. And if there's some sort of an afterlife or divine banquet, this would be an appropriate song to have on your tombstone.